Hype in the chat. What's up, y'all? Rich Slayton here today. NTWorlds round of 16. Already saw China go on this morning and beat Chile to move on to the quarterfinals. Coming up next, the team from the United States of America takes on a surging Romanian side. This is NTWorlds round of 16. Let's go. There's supposed to be a video there. And the video's back, and here we go, taking a look at our bracket. So far, as you can see, China has moved on to the quarterfinals. And wow, that right side of the bracket looks absolutely insane. Mexico will play Nicaragua later today. I'll be here for that one as well. Germany faces off against Italy on this side, and then right now the USA against Romania. So a very, very difficult test for the United States of America this time out. Romania looking very, very good in head-to-head play on the back of Flavius, who has been super fantastic and had some great performances. Big-time sweep over Spain. and wondering if he can do it one more time against the USA. I believe there are some pretty significant changes in the active rosters today, so we'll be looking at those in just a moment, but some lineup changes both in terms of who is actually in the roster and who will be appearing in which set. And this is the time to make them, and you can see right here, one of the big ones, ah crap, the 2v2 specialist, no longer a 2v2 consultant for this tournament. Instead, in the 2v2 with the God RF, Bag should be appearing in 1v1. And over here for the Romanian side, Shadow, Flavius, Royal, and Ice. Of course, can't forget Air Surfer back on the American side. And I have some word that the Romanian team is mixing up their 2v2 duo so far. It has been Shadow and Royal in 2v2, but not with a ton of success. They've gone 1 and 2 in overall 2v2 sets, but with the way that Flaw has been playing in King of the Hill, it seems like now is the right time to move him into that 1v1 set. So that's the word that I've received. He's moving into 1v1. And Shadow, who's a very, very talented semi-pro player with experience in both Clash Contender Series and in the Orange Crown League right now, is moving into 2v2. And there you go. Royal and Shadow will be the 2v2 duo up against one of the more experienced 2v2 teams on the planet, Ah Crap and the God RF. 3 seasons of CRL as a duo, and potentially a 4th. No official announcements yet, but we might be getting something more official very soon. AC and RF, very experienced together, and experience together is a big part of success in 2v2. Bans for this opening set: Tornado banned by Romania, and Minor banned by the Americans. And one other little note here is you have a battle of former teammates. Royal from Immortals in the past, and AC and RF as teammates for 3 seasons, so these players know each other a lot. And I'll tell you one thing, that Royal has certainly scrimmed 2v2 against AC and RF many, many times. So this is going to be really interesting to see what kind of things he knows about them he can apply to his teamwork with Shadow. And right now, Hog Cycle from the Romanian side, RF and AC could be playing Graveyard, could be playing Hog as well. They love playing Graveyard, of course. The God RF, a well-known Graveyard player, but they have favored that in 2v2 as well. Royal Recruits split. This was very popular in 2v2 during the Fisherman meta. We'll see if... Oh, it's going to be Balloon. So nice split lane pressure from the Americans. He whiz down, but that Balloon should move past enough. Snowball down. Lumberjack in as well. Romania doesn't have a ton of elixir to deal with this. A defensive freeze? No, that's the offensive freeze coming in, and that's going to be tower down right-hand side. RF and AC out to an early lead for the Americans. Hog barely connects left-hand side, 1790. Team USA out to a big, big lead in this 2v2 match so far. A minute 20 left, and Romania with a ton of work to do in front of them. Shadow currently playing for Outplayed in the Orange Crown League, where they are having a fairly solid season, and of course he is performing very well there. On top of that, a lot of competitive experience for Shadow, even if you don't know him from Clash Royale League, because he's not in CRL at the moment, but could be in the future, of course. A lot of work with Outplayed in the Royal Crown Cup with La Copa and CCS EU, not to mention, of course, Orange Crown League. Shadow also making his 3rd appearance for Romania in international competition. Of course, Royal, very experienced competitive player himself, mostly known as a golem player, but has moved away from being so golem heavy as of late. And obviously you see here in this 2v2, they're going a little bit faster with this double Hog Cycle deck. Not paying off yet though, 25 seconds remaining in regulation time, and a defensive freeze comes in, and that should be the nail in the coffin for Romania. AC and RF playing it clean, playing it clear, playing it under control, going full Neutrogena on game number 1. And this could be a 3-crown, and yes, it's going to be AC and RF making it look easy in game number 1. Trainer Luis taking no chances here now that we're in the round of 16. Got a little bit of heat for his roster choices, in particular his lineup choices during the group stage, but after losing their first match, the USA roared back, and a big part of that was the 2v2 play of Oh Yeah, appearing in all 3 sets, going 2-1 in 2v2 sets, pairing it in the end with his teammate RF to clean things up. And of course, Bag has been great in head-to-head play But at this stage, now that we're in the out rounds, Trainer Luis, the coach for America, taking no chances here and saying, I have one of the best, most experienced 2v2 duos on the planet. Why not put them together when everything's on the line? So AC and RF up 1-0 over Shadow and Royal. Shadow, again, a very, very talented player, and that's one thing we've seen here at NTWorlds. If you're used to only watching CRL, if you're not big on the overall competitive scene, a lot of these players you might not have experience with, but this event in particular has been great at introducing non-CRL players who are high-skill, high-talent players to the overall viewing community, and that's been a lot of fun to watch. Of course, over on the Romanian side, we've seen that a ton between not only Shadow, who we're seeing right now, but Flaw, who we're going to see in the 1v1, moving away from the 2v2 into that 1v1 set. But we've seen that everywhere. Germany, who is currently, most people think, the #1 seed in this round of 16, with 3 semi-pro players, Falf, Wolstochter, and of course Schwarzen, who are all very good as well. And this has been all over the tournament. A lot of good young players who are getting a chance to shine on an international stage against high-level competition. But right now, it's Team USA that's shining out the most. 1-0 in the 2v2 set, ahead with a chance to close out the 2v2 set and give their head-to-head star Bag a very big advantage. And if you aren't excited, no matter what, however this 2v2 goes, if you aren't excited for Bag versus Flavius in that 1v1, I don't know what you're doing here. You must have accidentally stumbled across this stream somehow. Maybe you were clicking a bunch of links on YouTube and came around here, but Bag versus Flaw is going to be fire. Here we go. Game number 2, 2v2. Despite the scoreboard not being updated quite yet, it is a game in hand for the American side. AC and RF up 1 on Romania. Reminder, those bans, Minor and Tornado, inactive for this entire best of 3 set. And a high bomb tower immediately stops that Hog Rider with help of the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Giant Skeleton Balloon opposite direction. So the Americans switching from Balloon to Hog Rider, probably going to be doing the Hog Lumberjack Giant Skeleton combination. It's a tough push to orchestrate, but when you're playing at this level, you can get it done. We'll see that Lumberjack maybe sneak in behind the Giant Skeleton, with Hog Rider behind all of that. Looks like they're playing this a little closer to the chest early on, though. The USA team not taking too many chances in the opening minutes, and now Dark Prince should get off the board. Does not touch the Baby Dragon, so Bats have to come down and help, and you have a Musketeer being tanked for by Baby Dragon right-hand side. Snowball resets that. Here we go. Past the first minute and 15 seconds. No significant lead, but first blood, or the biggest first chunk taken out by Romania so far. Giant Skeleton right-hand side for the Romanians. Giant Skeleton, such an interesting card that was maligned for such a long time in this game and then began to appear more in 2v2, seeing so much value it gets in bridge battles, and then now moving its way into 1v1 over the last year. So it is graveyard for the Romanians. Poison immediately meets that graveyard. Log to the right-hand side. Giant Skeleton, though, will hold everything at the bridge. Dark Prince as well, and now a big graveyard push. Giant Skeleton trying to keep those graveyard troops from tanking. Freeze comes in for the Romanian Snowball. Try to clean that up a little bit, but still good chunks taken out by Romania. Shadow and Royal in the lead as we go to the final 45 seconds of regulation time. Baby Dragon behind King Tower for the Romanians. Giant Skeleton, Hog Rider, and the Q comes in. You can see the Lumberjack in the hand of RF, but they have not been able to put together that push that they really desperately would like to put together at some point. And the pressure continuing to mount from the Romanian side. Giant Skeleton making a beeline for the bridge. Defensive freeze high, offensive freeze now from the Romanians. A lot of damage along the tower left-hand side. And that Giant Skeleton, I believe that's in range. That should be tower down. Yes, it is. Romania evens things up 1-1 in this 2v2 set. And I'm just going to make sure that we are not on auto. We are going to stay on 1080p the entire way through here. And guys, yeah, I noticed there was a little bit of lag there. My internet is phenomenal. I get 220 down and a decent amount up as well. It's a clean feed coming all the way from the studio in Mexico, so sometimes there are a little bit of delays coming for the feed from there to me, but we are all doing as much to make sure this stream is as clean and clear as possible the whole way through. Romania and the USA tied up now 1-1 in the 2v2 set. And there were a couple nice moments there from the Romanian side, and they kept the pressure on consistently. And that was a big thing. Once they realized that they had a decent advantage, they kept on the pressure and didn't let the USA really ever set up the offensive pushes they wanted to go. You know, that whole idea of that deck is Giant Skeleton, Lumberjack, Hog Rider. And that three-part combination never able to get on the board and try to get real significant offense for the Americans. So once Romania got ahead, once they got the advantage, kept pressuring it, didn't let that get built up together, and now Romania evens things up 1-1, and that's huge. That's a big one. If Romania can get past AC and RF in the 2v2, this could be a bit, I wouldn't call it a big upset, but this could be an upset. On our prediction video that I made with Koji-san, the Spanish caster, and your friend Clash with Ash, who's in the chat right now, we all called the USA as the winner against Romania to go on into the quarterfinals in the round of 16, but we didn't say it was a wipeout. We all thought this would be a very, very close matchup. The big question came down to what happens. What happens when we get to King of the Hill? Well, do we even get to King of the Hill? At this point, 2v2, the US needs to sew things up against a Romanian side that's looking pretty darn good so far. So here we go, game number 3 of our 2v2 set. Shadow and Royal, top of your screen. AC and RF at the bottom. Things all tied up. Winner here gives their 1v1 star a big, big advantage. And you know, both these guys will be seeing 1v1. We'll talk about them more, but both certainly CRL level talent. More on that when we move into the 1v1 set right now. One more game of 2v2 to go. Gotta wonder if AC and RF will stick with Hog Rider. Balloon looked for them very well the first time. We've seen similar variations on the theme, lots of Giant Skeleton from both sides, but no side going really heavy. Graveyard is the heaviest we've seen, and that really isn't a very heavy deck construction. 5 elixir compared to a real super tanky troop like a Golem or a Lava Hound. It's been pretty quick play so far in this 2v2 match. Yeah, I don't have control over the background music. I'll send a message to the production team during the break to see if they can turn off that background music. I'll send that during the break, though, so I can focus on the match during this 2v2 set. This Graveyard again for the Romanians. Left-hand side making a pretty solid push here. Baby Dragon, uncontested. Snowball does reset it off the tower, and Dark Goblin finishes that off. So Poison, Dark Goblin to defend against the Graveyard. And that Dark Goblin getting a nice bit of value here, playing defense on both sides, and now a little bit of offense as well, forcing the Bar Barrel out and doing some chip damage. Giant Skeleton pick up the Barbarian from that barrel. Here we go, double elixir time. Romania in the lead, 1944, left-hand side. And it's Graveyard for the Americans as well. Stab Gods get frozen. Dark Prince, Baby Dragon, and Musketeer all together. This could be disastrous for Romania. All 3 of those might run right to that Giant Skeleton when it drops. This could be a massive elixir swing towards the USA. Very lucky for Romania that Musketeer did not step into the death damage bomb. That could have been huge to have that taken off the board as well. Here we go, 1826 left-hand side. Bridge back. This is what it's been in a high Inferno tower. Out of the Americans, burns the Baby Dragon out. First Giant Skeleton down. Second Giant Skeleton does not come in range. Freeze in on the Graveyard. Mini Peck will be taken care of on that right-hand side. Stab Gods pick it up. This Inferno Tower also doing a lot of value. That's been the case for Team USA twice now. Dark Goblin and now the Inferno Tower, both getting good value in some of these exchanges. And now Team USA in the lead. Poison there to take the Musketeer off, courtesy of the Romanians. Dark Goblin out of the poison range, though. You can see holding on to that left-hand side. 1728, Death Bomb cleans up a lot of that. No counter push for Team USA. Baby Dragon, and this is where those Graveyard get relentless. You're talking double elixir. Soon in the triple elixir time, it's going to get very, very wild here in these final moments. 1560 left-hand side for Team USA. Still in the lead, but not by a lot. Giant Skeleton holding everything at the bridge. Romania putting up one heck of a show here in 2v2. Giant Skeleton behind the Giant Skeleton, so should walk far enough ahead to survive. It does. Baby Dragon gets a big hit though. Graveyard left-hand side. Americans now cycling Graveyard. You see as the poison goes down, the second Graveyard comes in. Baby Dragon still taking, freeze in, forces the snowball out. Wow, the pressure is relentless from the Americans on their back foot for a long time, playing really, really good defense, and now pulling the trigger. But here we go. It's now the Romanians' turn. Final minute of sudden death overtime. And there we go. Their freeze comes in, and that's a lot on the tower. But Snowball, Baby Dragon, Musketeer takes care of business. Giant Skeleton dies at the bridge, and that log clean out the Dark Goblin. This could be it. It all comes down really to this next Graveyard sequence. Can the Romanians put together the proper amount of pressure? Do the Americans keep their troops spread out enough and avoid a really nasty freeze? Graveyard opposite direction. Americans getting a freeze down as well. 484, snowball in, trying to get some more skeletons on the tower. 361, and there you go, log cycling as well. Americans keeping to get those Graveyards down left-hand side, and of course the Romanians doing the same thing on that left-hand side as well. 798 for the Romanians, but the Americans get the tower down, and there you have it. Team USA, despite playing defense for a very long time, able to hold on and then put on the pressure right when it counted the most and take that win. There you go. Team USA coming out 2-1 in the 2v2 with a big time advantage. Wow, that was a great 2v2 set. Romania really nearly seemed like they had it. They had the pressure, they had the rhythm, but there were a couple of their offensive pushes that gave away a little bit too much value. And at the exact right moment, Team USA, AC, and RF saw the chance to counter push, get the damage on tower, and they knew when it was time to cycle. And you saw one very key Graveyard interaction where they put the Graveyard down, let the poison burn off, and then cycled the second Graveyard in with perfect timing for when that big glut of skeletons would come in. So very, very well played by Team USA, very well played by Romania there as well. Let's take a look at the numbers courtesy of Stats Royale. If you want to know what your next chest is, go to statsroyale.com because they will tell you. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment here and send a message to production, see if we can turn down the background music during the games. Give me just 1 minute, please. Just sending a couple messages here to see if we can sort out and clean up that musical problem. All right, message sent. We'll see if they can sort that out for us. I am not in charge of all the technical details. I'm just talking about the games. And we have a good one on our hands, folks. That was, and Frasa in the chat saying that was the most exciting 2v2s I've seen in a while. You are absolutely right. Unbelievably exciting so far. I'm gonna go ahead and lower some sound here a little bit. And all right, lowering the game sounds a little bit, folks. Here we go. Let me know in the chat if you have any, if the sound is starting to get evened out correctly. So here we go, Flavius versus Bag, two young head-to-head stars, two very, very talented players, and Bag has had an amazing year, the amazing 2019 into 2020, just coming off of a win at the Game History Cup 2, and of course Cabrera Cup coming in second, along with two global tournament #1 finishes. Flavius has moved from the 2v2 into the 1v1 on the back of his 5-0 King of the Hill performance in the group stage. Flaw going Giant Skeleton, Minor Loon. And looking like Bag. Well, we'll see. You see that healer and you start getting nervous that there's a certain big pink. And there you go. Elixir Golem down. And Bag has been going to this quite a bit, including in that Game History Cup 2 win. We'll see if the E-Drag is behind all that. Bag with a nice bit of a cushion here in the 2v2 set. Or with that 2v2 set win from the Americans. Flavius so far has not lost a head-to-head game in this tournament, and he is on a fairly nice run that began with that 3-0 sweep. Oh my word, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Unbelievable. Bag gets on tower, left hand down, and there you go. The USA now in a huge position. Now, Miner does go to the right-hand side, but bomb tower high, and that bomb tower going to be real nasty for that balloon. Balloon going to stay right there for the death damage. Giant Skeleton left-hand side, not going to be enough here. Plenty for the American to defend. And Team USA now going to be one game away from moving on to the quarterfinals. Easy win for Bag in game number 1. Flaw has to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to keep Romania in this one. Takes his first head-to-head loss of the tournament. And in a very, very important moment. So we were dealing with some sound issues there, but hopefully the mix is a little bit better. Didn't get a sound test in earlier, so let me know if we're good on the mix. But there you go, Bag taking game number 1. Bag, supposedly, rumors are that he received multiple Clash Royale League offers, CRL offers for this upcoming 2020 season, but had to turn them down for school. We'll see if maybe things change in the fall and he can come out and play a little bit of CRL. We will see, but the kid definitely playing, having one of the best 9-month runs we've seen in the U.S., so very, very talented player. Flaw, of course, currently in the Orange Crown League and with a lot of experience himself, will be appearing, from what I've heard, in CRL after the performance he's put on here. So we'll have to wait and see for any official announcements, but expect to see him in this 2020 spring season. Let's take a look at the stats courtesy of Clash Royale. Bag and Flaw. There you go. Bag taking the easy 1-0. Mini P.E.K.K.A. was massive and only able to get 2 balloons down. Was Flavius not able to get much in the way of minor chip either. And there you have it. 1 game in hand for Bag, and now 1 away from sending the USA on to the next round, where they will face the winner of Germany and Italy. Both of those very difficult outs. Of course, Germany currently the number 1 seed overall in the bracket rounds. We'll see if Italy can upset them or not. But here we go, game number 2, 1v1. And Flaw maybe saying I'm going balloon one more time. We'll see. And here we go, Hog for Bag. We'll get a couple of shots here before that Inferno Dragon gets into the next level of burn. 2006, right-hand side, and Lava Hound. Immediately. Inferno Dragon behind Giant Skeleton. This is actually going to be interesting. Does that Giant Skeleton burn fast enough? No, it will, I think, get out of the range of the Lava Hound. Let's take a look. Yeah, it does not stay in range of the Lava Hound Miner to the Ice Wiz. And this could be really bad for Team USA, and it is. Miner timed perfectly. Tornado can't do a darn thing. And next thing you know, it's tower down. Romania in the lead. And Earthquake right-hand side, getting that tombstone off the board. But Bag in a lot of trouble. Gonna go ahead and go Hog Rider into that opposite lane. Flaw might not spend a lot to defend this. Happy to give a little bit of XP on that right-hand side to build on the left-hand side, using that idea that HP is a resource, health is a resource, so he spends quite a bit of it on the right-hand side, but knowing that this is going to be difficult and almost impossible for Bag on the left-hand side. There you go. That's going to be a GG, a well-played. Flaw. Great deck call in game number 2. Bag just really had nothing he could do. Going to sack tower and move on to game number 3. So it's gone back and forth. Bag made it look easy in game 1. Flaw made it look easy in game 2. Comes down to a game 3. Can Flaw get the reverse sweep and send Romania to King of the Hill? He's done it before in his career, and of course he's been very good here at NTWorlds, but has to, of course, beat Bag right now and then go into a nasty King of the Hill lineup for the Americans. It's going to have RF, Bag, and Air Surfer. So a really, really nasty King of the Hill lineup for the Americans. Don't know the King of the Hill lineup yet for Romania, but you have to assume that Flaw will be in there, possibly Royal. Leggy's in that lineup as well, and of course Shadow we saw in 2v2. So we'll see what combination Romania comes out with if they can make it to that King of the Hill set, and that's a big if. They need to beat Bag one more time, and Bag again has been very, very good. But so far, neither one of these games has really been close. Bag has been nasty in game 1, Flaw nasty in game 2, and take a look. Here are the results, your stats, courtesy of Stats Royale. And Bag, very interesting deck construction. Gotta wonder if what he was going for here. Definitely a lot of nice control, but did not work out too well against this Lava Miner deck. And you saw the exact same push twice, right? Inferno Dragon down, Lava Hound in front, and then Miner comes in and gets the Ice Wiz right off the board. Tower drops easily, and Flaw takes a clean 3-0. So here we go. In the chat, let's get a 1 for Bag and a 2 for Flavius. Let us know who you think's gonna win or who you're rooting for. 1 for Flaw, or 1 for Bag, 2 for Flaw. Go ahead, get your votes in the chat right now, because we are moments away from game number 3. Team USA could close it out now, but a tough out in front of them. Flaw's been really, really interesting in this tournament. Has been in 2v2 and didn't have much success in 2v2. We'll see if this move into 1v1 is the right call for the Romanian side. And Bag, Bandit, met by the Lumberjack of Flavius. So Bag may be running P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam with the Magic Archer variation, one of the most popular competitive decks of the last 6 months or so. And maybe Lava again for Flaw. A distinctive possibility. And it's Ram Rider, so it's going to be most likely, I wonder if he's going P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider or Mega Knight Ram Rider. And a Bowler down for Flaw, so this is interesting. You don't see a ton of Bowler in competitive play. Lumber, Bowler, Loon. This is fun. Both these guys pulling out all stops. What the hell's going on? What is happening here? I'm going to reload the clean feed. Not sure what's happening. All right, we are back. And luckily, I guess it's going back to where we were, so we didn't actually mix anything. All right, there is something going on with the clean feed. I'm going to go ahead and check. I know it's not my internet. So I'm going to go ahead and check it one more time. Yeah, my internet's fine. So something wrong with the clean feed coming in from the studio. I'm going to try to reset it one more time, but not really sure what the issue is. Really? All right. Completely not sure what's going on here. With the clean feed, going to go ahead and run a couple of checks to see what's going on. And I guess it's just the feed coming to me because Well, Spanish stream is up and running, so if you want to go check out the Spanish stream right now, go ahead and do it. I'm going to try to figure out what the heck is going on, why this clean feed is not so clean at the moment. I am going to... Let's go ahead and throw up a little one of these, and I'm going to go ahead and go back and reset this clean feed entirely. Trying to find out what the heck's going on. So I would go ahead and pull up the Spanish stream for a moment since they are not frozen. And I'm still working on getting this clean feed fixed over here on the English side. I have excellent internet service and a very new computer, so yeah, nothing going on my end here. Not really sure what's happening with the stream here. Oh, so the production office knows that there's a problem. They're trying to fix it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and link you guys the Spanish stream if you want to go there and make sure you're not missing any of these moments. And there you go. So there's a link to the Spanish stream. Go ahead and make sure that you don't miss anything. It's a close one, guys. So I would jump over there ASAP. And they are working on fixing the clean feed in the studio right now. Well, very frustrated that the clean feed died over here. Not really sure how that happened. But they will... they're working on it in the studio in Mexico right now. So as soon as they get it fixed, you'll have more information from me. And looks like Team USA won. So, chat letting everyone know Team USA took down the dub. A little frustrated on this end. We didn't get to watch it. But, oh well. I had a whole thing planned for when Team USA won. It was a whole thing. But, very, very strange. All right, well, that's going to be it for this English stream. I'm going to communicate with the office there and figure out what happened with the clean feed so we can have that fixed for the later match today. I would go ahead and check out what's happening in the Spanish stream since they have everything still working. And we will see you back here in about 90 minutes for the next match, Mexico against Nicaragua.